Welcome to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. I'm Joe Cook. Since 2010, Ragamuffin Archive has been on a mission to preserve and share rare and unreleased recordings from Rich Mullins, a Ragamuffin band, and the artists who worked with them or were influenced by them. Now, each week, we're taking a deep dive into our archives and beyond to share some great moments and music that you may have missed. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's Ragamuffin Archive Revisited.
I was on the road to Damascus. I was hung in the ropes of success, and you stripped away the mask of life that was placed upon the face of death. And I wanna thank you, Lord, more than all of my words can say. I give my life, I give my life to sing your praise. And all those fortunes I hoarded, they were the well from which my poverty sprang. Oh, they led me to no greater glory, and they left me with no less shame. But when I finally found you, Lord, you took all those illusions away. I give my life, I give my life to sing your praise. I wanna stay with you forever, Lord, don't let me go. Now that I know you, why would I ever want to go? I was on the road to Damascus. I was hung in the ropes of success, and you stripped away the mask of life they had placed upon the face of death. And I wanna thank you, Lord, more than all of my words can say. I give my life, I give my life to sing your praise. My life to sing your praise. And beyond this, I would not beg for anything except the grace to give my life to sing your praise. And beyond this, I would not beg for anything except the grace to give my life to sing your praise.
Well, that was a demo of a song that Rich Mullins released in 1995 on his Brother's Keeper album, though the demo that you just heard, well, that was recorded more than a decade earlier, back in 1983, of the song Damascus Road. And you know, what you just heard, well, that was the song in its original form, the way that Rich Mullins wrote it back in the 80s. But, you know, when he revisited that song in the mid-90s, Rich and Beaker, they did some rewriting, they made a few changes. Anyway, just a great early version of Damascus Road for you right there. Okay, well, welcome to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. I'm Joe Cook. Thanks so much for joining me this week. We've got some really great music coming up over the next hour, so stay tuned. Right now, here's a song from a solo record that Jimmy Abegg released back in 1994, an album called Secrets. And the song, River Deep, River Wide.
Immersed in my own misery, I can't this the end? Is that all I had to do? I never know what tomorrow will bring. For all I know, I'll be back where I started. But I will try. I will keep running for it. River deep, river wide. I'm not gonna run from you. River deep, river wide. I won't try to hide. River deep, river wide. I'm not gonna run from you. River deep, river wide. I won't try to hide. I'm not gonna run. I won't try to hide. River deep, river wide.
This song is, I wrote it like around the time that Mr. Barber was taking off, or wherever he was taking off for, and it just talks about the fact that, you know, a lot of times during our lives we're going to be walking around in weird places, and but the fact that we're all walking towards home is some kind of an organizing factor, and that makes sense out of all the places we go. It makes sense of us going to Maysville or going to Mount Gilead or going to Erlanger or wherever. And so that's the story behind the song, and this is the song behind the story.
Homeward way. Well, they brighten up the paths that we must walk down every day, and I can't find a place for today. While weary heads rest, I'll be home tomorrow, or so they say. Well, I prayed to God to a cripple, and I prayed to God to a blind. God, you could not hear my prayers to give me peace of mind. But I know that you're here with me. When you speak, Lord, you reply. And I'm walking home with you, although we walk into the sky on them homeward way. We'll be riding up the path that we must walk down every day, and I can't find a place to lay my weary head to rest. I'll be home tomorrow, or so they say. Well, you never know about the weather. Will it hold out till we're done? I'd love to wander with you, girl, but I'm scared I got to run. Seems the storms pay no attention. It seems the rain is bound to fall. But I know that I will walk with you in the morning after all. Back to them homeward ways. We'll be riding up the paths that we must walk down every day, and I can't find a place to lay my weary head to rest. I'll be home tomorrow, or so they say. Do you need love like I do? Someone who cares enough to care for you. Can I find my love in you? Can we get enough to get back to them homeward ways? We'll be riding up the path that we must walk down every day, and I can't find a place to lay my weary head to rest. I'll be home tomorrow, or so they say. And I'll be home tomorrow, or so they say.
Well, a great song right there from the Rich Mullins Early Music YouTube channel, a song called Homeward Ways. And you know what? That's actually a song that we played on this show a couple months back. Right around the 4th of July when we did our big Rich Mullins in America special, we played that song. But you know what? I just love the song Homeward Ways. It's one of the first songs that Rich ever wrote on a lap dulcimer. And you know what? Just felt like playing it again tonight. All right, well, right now we're going to play a song from Carolyn Arons from her 2021 album Recognition. And this is a great song from that record that features another kind of ragamuffin adjacent artist, somebody who played a huge part in Rich Mullins' life and his career. Of course, I'm talking about the one and only Amy Grant. So here's Carolyn and Amy and a song called Without Music.
This was meant to be a melancholic song, a litany of all that's gone wrong. But the melody took over and it started to soar till it wasn't melancholic anymore. I was going to write a cynical verse, 'cause the bad just seems to keep getting worse. But the notes found their own rhythm and they started to dance till my cynicism didn't stand a chance. Without music, life would not be fair. I heard someone say, well, God knows there's injustice everywhere, but the music will not go away. So I guess this is my song for all the ones who keep singing as the world comes undone. It's like a broken hallelujah, their melodies soar till the world's not quite so broken anymore. Glory, our melodies soar, melodies soar, and the world's not quite as hopeless anymore.
Yeah, we're working on an album right now, and we're going in February, and I'm going to try and stir up some label interest with it.
Who's going to produce it? Have you made your decision in
I'm
that area?
producing it with Dennis Dager, who is also going to be engineering it. And it'll be done at Red Zone Studios, which used to be Camden Studio A. So it's a real good room. And we'll be doing it there. And we're going to start out with about 5 tracks. We've got one done already, which we did the video to.
Which is?
Confession of Love.
Okay. And what are you trying to say in that video? Or are you? What is it about?
I don't know, it's just it's a real fun song to play, I guess, right?
Yeah, we love
Do we
it.
agree? Yeah, we love that song.
Okay.
Mark doesn't like it so much.
I mean, since this is such a songwriter-oriented band, I mean, that particular song, is there any message that you're trying to communicate?
Don't push me on this, Pat. Yeah, I guess the song is basically a song about redemption in the face of adversity.
Does music have to communicate a message? It seems like you're...
It should.
It should.
I think
Okay.
so, but although I think the message doesn't always need to be totally serious or necessarily heavy in any way. You know, it can just be anything from, you know, have a good time to, you know, join a peace rally. You know, anything. And so this song kind of falls somewhere in between there. Like,
joining a fun peace rally.
joining a fun peace rally.
I like that.
In the backside of a dead boy street with an edge in my heart and a mean bad street. I was missing, I was wild, both man and a child, and I crawled into your arms with a guilty smile. I stand accused of a crime. It's the truth, not a lie. This is mine. Confession of love. This is mine, mine, mine. Confession of love. I got down on the floor upon my bended knee. I raised my hands to the sky, praying, Lord, please, please, please. Oh, they wasted me, son, they wasted me good. It's the hand in the hands. But you picked me up when they had me down, when all was left was half a man. I stand accused of a crime. It's the truth, I ain't lying. This is mine. Confession of love. This is mine, mine, mine. Confession of love. This is mine. Confession of love. This is mine, mine, mine. Confession of love, love, Well, I came to the end of that dead man street with a heart full of soul where a tomb used to be. Said I came to the end of the dead man street with a heart full of soul where a tomb used to be. I stand accused of a crime. It's the truth, I ain't lying. This is mine. Confession of love. This is mine, mine, mine. Confession of love, 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 love. This is mine. Confession of love. Now, this is mine, 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 mine. Confession of love.
From his 1990 album Rick Elias and the Confessions, that was, of course, Rick Elias, and a pretty killer track from that album called Confession of Love. And before the song, we heard Rick talking about the song which he had just recorded, and the album which was still very much in its early stages. And that was from an interview that he did with Pat Lewis on a local cable access TV show back in 1987, 3 years before the album was released. So pretty cool stuff right there. And you know, I wanted to play that song on this week's show because, as you heard us mention a few weeks ago, that album, Rick Elias and the Confessions, is now available for the first time ever in limited edition vinyl. The Elias family had a really limited run pressed, and they just started taking orders a few weeks ago, and now we just received the news that those orders have actually been shipped, and a lot of folks have already received their copies. In fact, I just got my copy in the mail this morning. I played it a little bit ago. It sounds great. It is just such a terrific album, and I'm so excited after all these years to finally own it on vinyl. So thank you so much to the Elias family for making this record available to those of us who miss and love Rick so much, and just love all that great music that he gave us. And for what it's worth, if you haven't got a copy of it yet, there are still some available at rickelias.bigcartel.com, and we'll have a link in the description of this episode. All right, well, here's a song from that Rich Mullins LeSea broadcasting concert, the one from February 1994. You know the one I'm talking about. This is that concert that Rich and McVicker played after they had led this weekend-long retreat up there in South Bend, Indiana at LeSea Broadcasting. And you know, by the way, all of that footage, it's like 10 hours worth of footage from that weekend. It's all available up on Ragamuffin Archive. And that's thanks to our good friend Andrew Montanera, who, it's an incredible story. Through a petition he created, he was able to convince LeSea Broadcasting, or as they're called now, Family Broadcasting Corporation, to open up their archives and share all of this great footage with us. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to play a song from that weekend. Here's Rich and McVicker performing Ready for the Storm.
This song was requested, and we don't play it very well, but since someone asked, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. This was written by Dougie McLean. It's always funny because people always come and say, "Oh man, my favorite song of yours is Ready for the Storm." That's good, thanks. Dougie McLean wrote that. Okay, here we go. Now, I may really forget the lyrics on this. Do any of you guys know it? If you know it, sing real loud. Well, the waves crashing and the tide rolls out. It's an angry sea, but there is no doubt that the lighthouse will keep shining out to warn a lonely sailor. And the lightning strikes and the wind cuts cold through the sailor's bones, through the sailor's soul, till there's nothing left that he can hold except a rolling ocean. Oh, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Oh, give me mercy for my dreams, 'cause every confrontation seems to tell me what it really means to be this lonely sailor. When the sky begins to clear, the sun it melts away my fears, and I cry a silent weary tear for those who mean to love me. Oh, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. though the distance it is no real friend, and time will take its time, and it will find it in the end. Brings you me, this lonely sailor. When you take me by the hand, you love me, Lord, you love me, and I should have realized I had no reasons to be frightened. Oh, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready, I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm.
Hey, this is Mitch McVicker, and you're listening to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited.
The smoldering wick will not be quenched. Nothing can snuff the flame. You've been promised a stone with a new name. Within you there's a glowing treasure, like flowers of pastures green. The darkest shadows can't cover up its gleam. Come back to your heart. Come back to your soul. Come back to your heart. Come back home. Hey! Have squandered 1,000 gifts, yet look who runs our way. Blessed are those who return and long for grace. And there's no dead end, the life we live, it showers from on high, and it swells within you. Remember what's inside. So come back to your heart. Come back to your soul. Come back to your heart. Come back home. Come back to your heart. Come back to your soul. Come back to your heart. Come back home. Hey!
from his album Underneath, an album that was released 10 years ago this past February, by the way, which I can't believe. I don't know where the time goes. It feels like that album was released yesterday. One of my favorite Mitch McVicker albums, by the way, and one of my favorite Mitch McVicker songs, Come Back to Your Heart. All right, well, right now, I want to play a song from an album that was released just a year later in 2014, and this is from a record that was released as kind of sort of a soundtrack to the film Ragamuffin. I mean, I tend to call it a soundtrack, though really that's not exactly what it was. It was it was music inspired by the film. Basically, it was a Rich Mullins tribute album with a bunch of different artists doing covers of Rich's songs. And there's some pretty good stuff on that record, and I want to play a song from that album by a guy who, in my opinion, is probably himself one of the most talented songwriters in Nashville. I mean, you might know him from his own music, or you may know him from his work with artists like Jason Gray or Andrew Peterson. I'm talking about Andy Gullahorn. And from the Ragamuffin CD, this is Andy doing a great version of Rich's song, Peace. Let's listen.
Peace of Christ to you. And though I love you, still we're strangers, prisoners in these lonely hearts. Though our blindness separates us, still His light shines in the dark. And His outstretched arms are still strong enough to reach behind these prison bars to set us free. May peace rain down from heaven like little pieces of the sky, little keepers of the promise, falling on these souls a drought has dried. In His blood and in His body, in this bread and in this wine. Peace to you. The peace of Christ to you. rain down from heaven like little pieces of the sky, little keepers of the promise, falling on these souls a drought has dried. In his blood and in his body, in his bread and in this wine. Peace to you, the peace of Christ to you. Peace to you, the peace of Christ to you.
Screen Door is an important song to me for several reasons. One is just because the book of James, I think, is a really interesting book, and that's what the song is based on. I mean, in terms of a text. And that's interesting to me because having grown up in the Protestant tradition, it's interesting to find out that some of the reformers wanted to take James out of the canon because it didn't agree with Protestant theology. Which brings me back to the Bible as being this great book that you read not because it supports your way of thinking, but because it challenges your way of thinking. And brings me to the idea that truth is always bigger than our take on it. And it also brings me back to what Jesus said when he said, "Blessed is the man who hears my words and does them." And a lot of times for us, in 20th century America, we think that a biblical scholar is a guy who is real smart about the Bible. But real wisdom isn't about information. It's not about theories. It's not about that sort of thing. It's about obedience. And so Screen Door, where it is hopefully light and funny, is an important song to me.
Just as the screen door on a submarine. Play without words, baby. Just ain't happening now. What is it right? What is it right? It'll take two strong arms to hold up tight. Some folks that cut off their nose just to spite their face. But I think you need some words to show you're a legend, faith. Well, there's a difference, between having faith and playing make believe. One will make you grow, the other one just make you see. Talk about it, yeah. But really then you ought to take a leap off of the ship before you claim to walk on water. Play without words, like a song you can't sing. It's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Takes from God, from every word that He breathes. He lets you take it to your heart so you can give it as a feed. It's gotta be active if it's gonna be alive. Gotta put it into practice. Otherwise, it's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Play without words, baby. Just ain't happening now. One is your right hand, one is your left. It shall guide your life and your breath. Play without words, like a song you can't sing. It's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine. Play without words, like a song you can't sing. It's about as useless as a screen door on a submarine.
All right, well, from the famous Lufkin concert video right there, July 1997, that was Rich Mullins and Screen Door. And just before that, well, we heard Rich talking a little bit about the song Screen Door, and that was from an interview that he taped with his good friend and former WHME radio DJ Jim Veldhuis And that was taped out on the Navajo reservation in June of 97. In fact, it was taped just outside Rich's Hogan there on the res. And so our sincere thanks to Jim Veldhuis for allowing us to share that clip on this program. All right, well, 25 years ago this Wednesday, the Legacy Ministry was launched. Now, if you're not familiar with it, the Legacy Ministry was the ministry that was created after Rich's death to sort of continue some of the work that he was doing around the time of his death, work out on the reservation. And so anyway, the Legacy Ministry launched with this big celebration 25 years ago this week in Wichita, Kansas, and it was called Jesus Fest 98. And among the guests on the bill that night were Mitch McVicker, This Train, and of course, the Ragamuffins. So in honor of the 25th anniversary of that concert, we're going to play a couple songs from that night right now. And here's one from the band This Train with a little help from their friends Eric Houck, Michael Ockefer, and Mitch McVicker. It's a great song. Let's listen.
We're sure you're sick of them by now. We're thinking of bringing Mitch back on for a second, if you wouldn't mind. Okay, one or two of you agree. Yeah, Michael too, while you're at it. And Eric, knock yourself out. Come on up. This is a song that Mitch and Rich and myself wrote together, and means more than ever to me now. This is called A Million Years. Time doesn't scare me. No, I'm not impressed by time. In the scheme of eternity, living a dream is worth much more than a dime. Just for the love that you find in every minute worth its weight in gold. Whether you're a million years young or a million years old. And if I'm still around a million years, if I've been around a million years ago, everything I've learned or forgotten, imagine the come to know. It's disappearing into the moment. I found a love would not give out. Even if I'm still around another million years from now. And chasing the feeling, no, I'm not impressed by change. In the light of reality, it's nothing but reality, but they all get washed away, except for the change that makes me close to the love that always burns. As good as tomorrow, only thing she has done. If I'm still around a million years, if I've been around a million years ago, everything I've learned I've forgotten. Imagine the come to know. If disappearing into that moment, I found the love would not give out. Even if I'm still around another million years from now. I'll be way back with me ever after. Those that love us back and laugh at them from yet another day. If I've been around a million years ago, if I've been around a million years ago, everything I've learned or forgotten, imagine the come to know. Disappearing into the moment, I found the love would not give out. Even if I'm still around another million years from now. And when I disappear into that moment,
more. And then Gary's going to come up. Thank you.
Another song right there from Jesus Fest 98, which happened 25 years ago this week. That was a Ragamuffin band, and Sometimes by Step. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our friend Trey Stumpf, who several years ago shared that full concert with us so that we could release it on Ragamuffin Archive. Thank you so much, Trey. And if you guys listening, if you haven't seen that concert yet, Check it out. I'll have a link in the description of tonight's show. All right, well, that's about going to wrap things up for our show this week. It really flew by, but hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me again. Can't wait till next week. Gonna leave you right now with another absolutely beautiful song that Beth Snell-Lutz released on her Rich Mullins Early Music YouTube channel. This is one called Elegy for the Roses. Have a great week.
This is a song that I wrote for the roses we cut down, to give to the ladies who would sell them to the rich men in town. This is a song that I wrote for the roses, an elegy for the flowers. For children who were murdered at the hands of great men thirsting for power. Save the roses when the earth is caught on fire, and who will save the children when the bombs drop from the midnight sky, and who will save the angels when the wings are scorched and they can't fly? The dreams I saw the men marching off to war. Everyone's dead, no one's left to keep the score. When you're all gone, it won't matter anymore. And I heard Rachel weeping for her children down by the waters of Babylon. See, where is my son? Where has he gone? Oh, they made him a soldier, stuck him in the field to wait for another mother's son so he can kill. And they made him a hero in a political cause, and they set him up as a pawn, and then they made themselves to be gods. And the lady in the harbor holds a torch to the sky. Are you deaf that you cannot hear your children cry? See, don't close your eyes, but watch us die. Watch us die.
You've been listening to Ragamuffin Archive Revisited. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on social media. It's Ragamuffin Archive on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also reach me by email at ragamuffinarchive@gmail.com. And of course, you can always leave a comment on YouTube. The song you're hearing is Screen Porch by Ted Yoder. You can find more of his music at tedyoder.com or on Bandcamp. Join us next time for another deep dive into the archive. I'm Joe Cook. Have a great week.